Hello.
Hello?
Hi. How you doing today?
What's going on? What's going on? I'm good. I'm good. I was a little sick, so I
Oh,
wasn't able to.
it's worse.
Yep. So I was able to play the last day of the season because I didn't go to work.
Mhm.
Yep. Because I was sick, so I called out. But no, we ended up getting some games in though. I was proud of myself though this season at least because I started what like Silver One
Climbed
support
all the way
on
to
Plat 4. I was a game.
nice.
I was actually a game off of Plat 3.
Mm.
Um, but I think it was what like 74, 75% plat 4 and then kind of just been fluctuating up and down. Um but I was plat once. Um I think it was like a season or two before hero bans,
Mhm.
and then I went to college so I wasn't able to play, and then they added hero bans, so when I came back it was like I
I
was kind of
understand. Yep, yep, yep. I
yeah.
my DPS queues, I was pretty much a tracer one trick up until hero bans, and then very quickly
Yeah.
had to space out my hero pool.
Yeah, I was plat every role. I think a season or two before hero bans. I was a Zarya, Sombra, and Zen main,
Mm.
and now my worst Uh, my worst one is DPS now because I can't play Sombra. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
rough.
yeah, absolutely. Especially the
Yeah,
lower
it's
you are.
rough. Yeah, I know Tracer, especially in those higher ranks.
She catches a decent amount, especially when she was really, really too strong. It's a little bit better nowadays, but yeah,
Yeah, Sombra almost never gets played,
nope.
so I had to kind of pivot. But yeah, no, I climbed up all the way, uh, switched play styles here and there. Um, I found at least because I solo queue almost exclusively,
Hmm.
unless I play with my friend. It was a mixture of everything. I used to play with my friend. I still do. He's like high diamond, low masters.
Mm.
So the more I
Nice.
played with him, the more I understood fighting in a team, winning the team fight,
Hmm.
a little bit more positioning, stuff like that. So when I played in the gold lobbies, before I used to main carry Juno and kind of just like heal it,
Hmm.
like kind of try to heal. Now that's why I play a lot more BAP and Zen to
Oh,
try
you
to
want to be more aggressive.
de-escalate.
I see.
Yeah, well, because I was stuck gold one for like 2 weeks.
Hmm.
I'd go up and then go down, and go up, go down. And I'm like, dude, these kids are so easy to kill. And then played BAP and yeah, climbed up plat easily. It wasn't even close. Um,
That is the conundrum in solo queue. But
yeah,
they're like technically yes, you can climb on any hero, but it does help the more offensive value in the kit. Absolutely.
yep,
So you said you were a Zen main. Is it? Do you still mostly play Zen, or have you like
BAP now.
between you put BAP Zen where between those three? Like what amount of play time do you dedicate to between the three? I should say.
Um, I'd say probably like 80 to 85% I'm playing BAP now,
Okay.
only because um I feel more comfortable using hit scan characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I used to play Sombra, I play Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
So the projectile to me still, I feel like I can miss a ton more shots.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then like what 10% Zen. I only really swap Moira if they're playing a Vendetta, a Tracer, a Genji, kind of just so that way I don't get neutralized. Those are the only
Okay.
two. I mean,
So yeah,
especially
Moira is kind of
yeah,
like your it's your safety pick because you're struggling with
right,
some of
yeah,
those more close
right,
range
yeah,
heroes and those matchups. I see.
yep,
And so that would be great to look at. So yeah, I can give you tips on how to deal with that matchup as Baptiste, which it is harder than it would be on Moira. But you're also likely providing more value on Baptiste than you are on Moira. So we can look at that for sure.
yeah. Oh, I think I have a Moira game actually today.
Okay. I pulled the first code. It was the you're on New Bonnie. Are you playing BAP here? Are you
Bap.
JFK with AFK? Here, I can start sharing my
Yeah,
screen.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me pull it up. All right.
I think out of the four of those games, I had one loss.
Mm-hmm.
This one I was decent in. There was one I dropped 30 burger with Zen, and then one I won easily, and then the other one I lost. I just kind of I played a lot worse because I tilted. Like really, you can kind of see it in my gameplay. Like, 'cause we're on defend first. It was tough, but here,
Before
uh,
I get going, you can see everything. Okay, you can hear me. Okay.
yep.
Okay, cool.
Um,
All right, so we'll get started here. So JFK went AFK. All right, Baptiste on defense on the body. All right. Any general questions with BAP, cooldowns, positioning, maybe even how do I deal with those more DNGs and the tracers and those other aggressive close range matchups? Or
yeah, I find it for defend, because I do try to play that more aggressive play style.
Mhm,
I find it that my healing is always really low after defense.
mhm,
With Reaper, I'm more comfortable with because, like I said, when I play with
yeah,
those like diamond lobbies, I just with Reaper you got to kind of like keep your space. Vendetta
mhm,
just shreds Genji.
mhm.
Um, I don't know. I just those two are bad.
I would say Zen has a half decent matchup into Vedetta, I would say. I don't play much Zen, but the Discord has an interesting interaction with most block stuff. It was why he was a good matchup into Ramacho when the block stuff was broken. But basically, the damage is more amplified than somebody trying to. The amplification of Discord works through block,
Yeah.
basically, if I remember it correctly, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so Zen can kill Vendetta, but Vendetta can obviously kill Zen. So that's like most of Zenyatta's matchups, basically. Is either you're going to kill them, you're going to kill you, but you're going to do a lot of damage to them no matter what. BAP, in my opinion, has a pretty rough matchup into Vendetta because the overhead cancels his jump, which makes it very difficult. And if you're not careful about where you place your lamp, the overhead will hit the lamp and you, which is another
Yeah,
really
that
bad part of
happened
the
to me
matchup.
a lot because I'm so
Hmm.
used to just throwing it down as quickly as I can
Yeah,
in 1v1s.
it's something I've had to improve on as well. I play a lot of BAP, and it's getting better at throwing the lamp behind corners and off to the side, where the radius you're still in the radius, but that's
Right.
something specific to the Vendetta matchup.
In this game, I felt fine though. I didn't feel like a lot of people were putting pressure on me. Definitely their Cassidy. You'll see throughout the game, their
Mhm.
Cassidy for sure is putting a lot of pressure, but their Reaper I don't think was very good at all.
Got it. Take a look. I know you're worried about your Ash, but this lamp's just a little. I'd say a little early. I don't know how low she dropped. You could probably. She got half, so if you wanted to shift or something, and then just as she coaches, because Lamp is just the big one. I understand
Yeah.
that she's in danger, but losing Lamp this early just to a Reaper TP is kind of. So we'll keep an eye on that cooldown. But I appreciate the
Yeah,
effort.
that's what yeah, for sure. I see what you mean.
Oops, sorry. Ah, okay, I see. Um, I would say TLDR. This cast flank is pretty good by him. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I would say careful. This was good for early poke, and then I like backing up here. And then you get flanked by cast. It's not the worst thing in the world, but just as a general rule, it helps to not be stacked with your other support. Basically, because you and your Alari and your Ash, this is a lot of resources on one lane. And I don't know why your Zarya is on ground, but we'll ignore that. Basically, if you can just take a small split from your other support, and maybe you can help this Reaper and have a better angle for your Zarya, stuff like these flanks, you'll be able to fight it more, and he won't basically be completely uncontested because there's really only this Reaper here to fight him, and he doesn't know about it. Your Zarya doesn't set up in a great spot, so she doesn't know about it. It's a good play by him for sure, but just
Yeah.
stacking a bunch of resources on the same angle on the same lane here will leave you kind of vulnerable to stuff like that, if that makes any sense. I don't. Nothing you did here was really wrong besides like using the lamp a little early, but like that's just something to keep in mind. We'll watch it for the rest of the pod. Because yeah, now your Reaper goes to contest him and kills him. But imagine if you were there to help him, and he doesn't even need the grab. I don't know if he grabbed the Mega or whatnot, but at that point it's an easy 2v1, and then y'all can keep continuing to the fight on point from right side. Yeah, so your Reaper gets traded when really he shouldn't get traded because Cassidy technically got a support resource there, and the Reaper didn't. It was fine to like. I like the initial poke, I like the initial starting angle, but like seeing if I were there and I saw my Alari was there with my Ash, I think you just kind of have to trust that like your Alari Ash can hold that spot together, and then you can hold
Yeah.
right side with your Reaper. Basically, is what I would say there. Nice try.
Yeah, I tried it, but
No worry.
one of my things gonna come up here, see what I can do.
It's a good spot. No? Funny rock. No, this is really good. This is really good. Keep it. Good. Nothing you can do. You're fine. Good damage. Good damage. Just gotta be aware of the rock. It's fine. No one's like this on Bat. You're. Let's see. I don't think yours already that very low, so it might not be important. But yeah, right here, you shoot one heal, and something that you can continue to practice is Bat for like min maxing. I talk about it a lot because I just really enjoy it. It's really satisfying for me. But you can. Have you heard about weaving on Baptiste with your weapon?
No.
Okay. So you can shoot, heal, shoot, heal, and you won't have any downtime basically. So I'll try my best to show it with what we got here. This is good, this is good, this is good. But basically your Zarya takes damage here. And so you can either there are two weaving we call it weaving because you're weaving damage and healing together. There are two like weaving strategies that you can take here if you want to like maximize your uptime, which is it's kind of niche and it's more advanced, but like if it's something you enjoy and you want to practice on, I always love practicing it. And so what you can do here is you can shoot, heal, shoot, heal. And you see this delay between each heal. That's why it exists. Is you're able to get a shot off before you can even shoot the next heal, if that makes any sense. So nothing you did here was wrong, but that's like we can start to like min max there basically. And then eating this rock is kind of rough. Like we can drop off and then jump back up to height and stuff like that. But like this is all fine. But we can like especially with BAP, we can start to look for like can we work in more damage? Can we work in damage and healing together? The most
Yeah.
optimal one is shoot twice heal, but you're also perfectly fine just shoot heal because it gives you time to like aim between, so you're not as like frantic. But if you ever get to see high level bat play, it's really cool how they're able to like when they have an enemy on their screen and somebody to heal, they can like kind of weave between the two with like micro adjustments. I think there's also you can drop. There's a mini down here if you need, or it's also completely worth to use your regen burst just to keep peeking, just to keep shooting here, because your Zarya is going to need help because your Reaper's dead.
Didn't have to do any of that.
He's fine. Yeah, I like this. I like this rotation, but the only thing is your Alari's kind of already on the space. This is the same thing. Like if my
Right.
Ashe has help here, you're going to go help her. But imagine if it's you and Ashe are able to like peek here aggressively, and then maybe you get a kill on Mercy, maybe we get a kill on Life Weaver, and we can kind of turn this fight from here. Something to look at.
Alright, kind of what we were talking about earlier.
Yep. Exactly. Good lamp. Nice try. This is a die on cart moment. Oh, nice kill. Nice try.
Yeah, I mean, at that point.
I don't think we're gonna touch. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I had no idea where he was. You better know.
I didn't know where he was either.
Oh, you just threw it out of habit. Okay. Well, that's a great play
Yeah.
from him. I was like, say I wasn't saying anything because I thought the setup's fine. Yeah, because you want. I mean, this is kind of a good play from him. The only thing is because you have verticality, does anyone else like your Ashe and you are the only ones that have verticality? So like even just like jumping up here to like check this before we help with this fight because your Zarya should stop fighting with this coverage. You may or may not, but even just jumping up to like height to like check and actually fight this Cassidy before he can set this play up. Because you with Lamp and Regen, like you straight up just win this duel. Like it's very frustrating for DPS players to push Baptiste out when he has both his cooldowns. So that kind of can become your responsibility. I don't mind this because your Zarya is walking in, so you were like ready to help on this lane. But it's just something to keep in mind. Is I have verticality, so I can like when I have my cooldowns, I can challenge people. I can challenge just about anyone when I have both of my cooldowns as Baptiste on spaces that I like. But yeah, this cast has made a couple of good plays, and the only thing that like could have changed is basically had you been able to scout him out by setting up slightly differently.
Yeah.
Is the only thing you could have changed. Nice.
I think we fully defend this here for 5 minutes, which is cool.
It is third point, yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, this is fine. My only thing is, I guess you were low health, but we can still think about helping our Ash here. I guess it is difficult, but once you see that his attention's turned away from you, you can lamp yourself and then regen and then help this Ash win this 1v1. So like, if you have the opportunity to, never like let your DPS just take a straight up 1v1. When you have the opportunity to help them, just completely turn the tides in your team's favor. Something that you can do a lot as a support, if that makes any sense. So this isn't bad, and I like you lamping, but we could lamp and then shift and then aggressively push the Cassidy with our full health, basically, to make sure that we don't get traded. Yeah, this is good. Good. Okay, next fight. Nice, shutting up on high. I like it. Oh, but then we give up. I think we got
I wanted
nervous.
to,
We
but
got
I think I
nervous.
heard the Reaper.
You can
So
still you have both your cooldowns. Like it's
that
very a cooldown interaction. Even if it's a Reaper, you're like, why am I fighting a Reaper in close room? But like if you play it correctly, you jump up here, so you heard a Reaper, and you're careful. You don't want to like walk into his face, right, and get like two tap. But you can still like hold corner here and make him push into you, and then you still have lamp and shift. So if you play this well, this Reaper basically cannot
yeah,
get onto the rest of your backline, and you get to fight him with your cooldowns. Also, this is another situation where your DPS were proactive and they took a good space, and so you can help this guy here and let your Alari handle here, basically.
yeah. I
Because now
also
we
like
have,
thought it was a
yeah, now we
very
have four
aggressive.
people in main just kind of spamming down at Sigma, which Sigma's really good at, equipped for dealing with that. But yeah, if we
Right.
can help this Reaper here, and if he can win this, and like they just can't get through, like there's no way they're gonna break this choke. Basically, like this is probably where the choke's gonna be won and lost. Is like right here.
Yeah, I thought about it because I had ult, but it's a very aggressive lane, like
Hmm.
angle,
Absolutely, yeah.
and
It was a
we can't
play.
like
Yeah, it's a play I would only do
Reaper.
if I had both my cooldowns, and you have both your cooldowns. So I think it's something that you can
Yeah,
absolutely think about.
and I just didn't want to like risk getting picked off or like
Mm,
not really do much and have to fall down on crit, and then we give up full cap with 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Mine just a solo queue, so it's like we can
yeah,
hold our
you
tilts
don't
even
have anyone to
more.
depend on. I understand, but also like I'm gonna watch this fight from this position, and I just don't think we're gonna be able to do much. Yeah, and so now my Reaper's dead when we could have been able to help them. Does that make sense? So like what we gave up instead of an aggressive window play to like try and buy ourselves more time for this defense, we gave that up to do what, like 50 damage on Sigma on main, because this is where he has an easier time hiding from this, because this is where we're all set up, right? Like the Ryan's gonna fire strike through here, the Alari's gonna poke through here, we're gonna shoot through here. We gave up the opportunity to help our Reaper or even help ourselves set up an aggressive play, like selfishly, because we were like, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to get picked. But we end up. It's funny when we're scared and we don't want to throw the game, right? Like we don't want to do something stupid or it's too aggressive and like end up dying. We end up falling back to, well, let me just stand behind my tank and let me just like kind of sit on vein. And basically that takes the ability away from you to help carry the game for your team, if that makes any sense. So that's probably what you're feeling sometimes when you're solo queue frustration is I can't really win this fight. And it's probably because you're not putting yourself in the best positions to win the fight. Because this was just one of a couple of examples we've seen so far where you were putting yourself in a position to win the fight, and then you gave up. You're like, well, but what if I screw up? But what if I lose this Cassidy? What if I lose this Reaper? And instead, my Reaper loses a what 2-3v1. When we maybe could have been there in a lamp and maybe could have been there in a ship. Just small things like that add up. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So now we're here to help our Ash, but like they're gonna take this spot and they're gonna break through the choke through this. And this guy just flanks. Now win that, yeah, good dude. You can window. Nice.
I think that's what I do here.
Nice. Yeah, this is
They all
fine.
kind of disengage.
No, I mean, but that buys you space, you know. You maybe it's a
Yeah,
little deep or like a little far back away from where they're pushing, but like they can't keep pushing cart basically because of this window. Window
right,
especially, it's a very cheap ult. You get it very fast compared to other sport ults. Like my biggest thing with window is just use it. If the fight is like
right.
you're up one, you're
That's
down
my big
one,
thing
yeah, just
too.
use the window.
It's my problem across all my games. I have a bad tendency of using it, like using my ult either really early or I hold on to it so much. So I think I used it here because I saw like
Mhm.
I can still get an ult within the next 2 minutes and
Yeah,
50 seconds, maybe an ult or two. So that's why I was like, it doesn't hurt to just use it
absolutely.
and pop their Sigma or something.
Hmm.
I've been getting a lot better at using my ults more. Like,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if there's a game in here where I hold on to my ults super, super long. Because, like I said, I've been getting better at like just throwing it down, especially like window. It's good for getting a pick or two
Absolutely. It
or
window, yes, very
the
quick
wall.
burst of value because they're going to either try and run through it or just completely run away. So yeah, just like as soon as you see an opportunity with window, like don't hesitate, like throw it down, try to get that kill, and then the value's probably over. And even if you don't get the kill, they have to stop peeking you because if they keep trying to peek the window, they're going to die. You know, so
Right.
it's just one of those ults. Just use it whenever you see the opportunity. Nice, commit to it. Nice, we're learning. Yeah, this is good. This is good. My only thing here is I know the Mercy's a juicy target. Oh, where'd your Reaper go? What the heck? What?
I have no idea.
Oh, did he drop on the? I thought somebody was pushing him top. Okay.
He
No,
was.
he does. Okay, okay, okay. It's just when we take these aggressive spaces, we he bails you out here, but we can't get flanked on our aggressive spaces. So I like the attention to Mercy, but like I knew that I think I heard someone top, and so if you hear someone top, this is your responsibility, right? Like you and Reaper have to handle this and have to make sure that they don't contribute to the fight because your Ash, your Alari should be able to kill. Your Ash, your Alari, Ryan should be able to kill Sigma Mercy on point. It's just y'all's responsibility to hold the line here as long as possible. And so just don't get distracted by stuff that's not fighting you, basically. Like this is not this is when she GAs away and when she's on top of the stick, it's no longer your responsibility. And then you need to put full attention here to helping your Reaper win this and helping kill these guys here. Nice.
So sloppy.
It's fine. Careful. That's just a yeah. Like you saw Wraith, and if you had Lamp, it's a perfectly good play. But
Right.
walking into the room is scary, especially when the mini's there, which you may or may not have known, but that's okay.
Oh, I
But
didn't know
like
the
yeah,
mini.
you oh yeah, so he grabbed the mini, and so he's back to full. You can push this because you've seen Wraith if you had Lamp, and you can like lamp around the corner and like fight him here, and maybe you win
Right.
this. But because you don't have Lamp, it's just so much scarier. So like you can shoot him, you see Wraith, he's probably gonna try and push you again, but you can like hold like cautiously this corner and like if you lose the duel you can just drop and then if you get your cooldown back or something or somebody else comes up here that you can jump back up to help basically. So you almost had it, you were so close, but you forgot about the mini and we just didn't have Lamp, so it's a rough matchup. Yeah, you were like 3 seconds off Lamp. Like even if he pushes you and you
Yeah.
lose initially you could just jump right back up with Lamp and try to win the fight again. Nice, good Lamp. I didn't talk about perks, but the major's the more important decision because that's the minor. I feel that's better in my opinion. When you're going against those Genjis, those tracers and stuff, do you prefer to take the dash or do you always take this? The burst gives you better attack speed.
Yeah, I almost always exclusively go the burst.
Oh, interesting. It is good for when you don't have to move a lot, if that makes any sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're on Soldier Cast now. The Reaper, you might have wanted to think about it, but against those other matchups, those tracers, those Genjis and stuff, having that just little bit of extra mobility to like help you rotate and stay away from there, like literally get them further away from you because if they're on top of you, it's very hard to win. But that can help a lot in this matchup. So I encourage you to experiment with the horizontal dash for they're on. You still want to run and still want to try and run back, but they're on like Genji, they're on like Tracer and stuff. And so like you have to be really cautious in those matchups, and it helps to have that little bit of horizontal mobility. But yeah, if you're not moving a lot, this is probably the better. This cast is
Oh, this was like really bad.
no. I mean, you're fine. He
I
had
kind
hard
of let
mercy
him
pocket.
kill everyone though.
I'm trying to
Not
see
with
what
the
we could have
ult, but the
reacted to.
Alari. Definitely the Alari.
Let's see. So he two taps your Reaper. It's not the end of the world.
Huh. But I see
And I mean, like if you had reacted super quick, you could have thrown the lamp like off the wall, and maybe it would have deployed in time. But honestly, like I think he just hit some really good shots. Like I'm gonna watch it from his
yeah.
perspective.
This is play of the game
Yeah,
for real.
headshot on your Reaper just evaporates him. And yeah, your Alari gets basically two tapped. Also, she's shooting the Mercy instead of him, which was kind of interesting from her. Like, yeah, maybe we could have lamped our Alari, but everyone else had felt fine. And then you almost win. This is now a 2v1 because he's Mercy pocketed, and you almost win it with your cooldowns. Yeah, we're so close here.
I mean, the pocket, yeah, it really helps now, I think.
Yes, yes. Nice. Yes, this is our responsibility. Nice, nice, nice. Good lamp. Yeah, grab the one. Okay. That was a reasonable time. I know it's probably panic because it's overtime and everything, but just make sure we can see people when we go for our window.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
blind windows are going to be pretty rough.
I figured they were fighting on carts, so I was like, I'm about to just come through this corner and just
Yeah,
isolate
I've
them.
made that mistake. I know you play soldier. That's a common mistake we'll see with soldiers. Is like they're kind of guessing where people are before they visor. It's just make sure
Yeah.
you see them. You know where exactly they are before we commit to our ultimate. All right. So the only thing so far, like we can talk about weaving a little bit, but that's pretty advanced and it's not really what's holding you back. It's just something if you want to look into it some more. I just find it very fun and I like to talk about it, but it's not the end all be all, especially in Overwatch 2. The more important thing is when you have the opportunity to support a DPS on an aggressive position that you liked, like verticality because of your jump. Generally, you like longer sight lines and verticality because your gun has some fall off, but still, you don't want to be in their face. And then you like verticality because you can just drop down and come. You can mess with people that way. You can like drop off and then they chase you off, and then you jump up and they chase you up, and so you can mess with people like that. Um, so we would take good positions, and then we would sometimes doubt ourselves. And there were a couple times where we either took our attention off the angle that we were on, and so we could have died that way, or we had the opportunity to support someone who was aggressive, and we just kind of missed that opportunity because we were scared of like being we were scared of throwing the game basically. But if we sit in main and do nothing, that's also kind of throwing the game. If that makes any sense, like we have to when we have the opportunity, look for positions that benefit not only our character, but if we also get the benefit of like supporting one of our teammates, that's so much better. Like like even in plat, like they're giving you opportunities. Your Reaper's giving you opportunities to help him take aggressive positions and put you in a good position yourself. Like that's kind of rare, and so that's just good. I would say that's just a good thing to see. All right, let's see.
I feel more comfortable playing attack because of the play style. So like,
Okay. Excellent. It was a little weaving there. I'll look at it again.
I definitely one of my friends told me shoot, heal.
Yep. So we got some shots, heal. Back to shooting, heal. Yeah, you kind of got the idea. It just might take you some more practice and stuff, but it's a great way to like just get the most out of your damage and healing. It's just a small thing as BAP that like oftentimes you'll end up on positions where you can see both the enemy and a teammate, and so when that happens, it just helps a lot. You are one of the best supports at literally just sitting sitting here behind either your tank or just some other DPS that's being aggressive and shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. Like it just feels so good. You and Zen are kind of like that. Like you just pick a long sight line where you can help your team and shoot the enemy team, and you're just really, really good at that. Nice. Yeah, he should die. I don't know why you're Larry ceiling. I like the this little high ground here because this is just a little bit of an off angle, if that makes any sense. Where the hazard technically, or like they have to like from their perspective, they can't just shoot down at the floor and like manage to hit you with spam. Like they actually have to aim if you take like this little bust.
Right.
So little
Yeah.
verticality like that for BAP is going to feel really good. And because no one's up here to pressure you, you can think about something like this. And you're like, well, the hazard's going to slash me. And I'm like, yeah, but because you have, I don't, do you have lamp? You might have used it. Okay, you're coming up on lamp. So we get lamp and we get shift, and
I think I
we can
do
play with this
take
attention.
high ground
Okay.
now.
Now he just kind of ends. Yeah, that's kind of silly. We can do it now. Yeah, nice, 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 nice. Break turn. And then, yeah, this is beautiful. Yes, great work. Oh, but our attention needs to be on especially once we're getting shot by the Cassidy. We need to be very attentive to anybody who pushes us through here, and I think you're gonna die to this. And it stinks because we have both cooldowns and we can live this. Oh no, I should just hold my tongue. Yeah. The only thing is, yeah, I just wish we had seen it sooner because we could have actually given him a duel, basically. But
Yeah,
instead, he
I do have to
forces
get
both our
better at
cooldowns. We had to
that.
leave.
When I take an off angle, I need to make sure that I'm not getting pressured.
Yep, that is your number. Not no 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 not. You're going to get pressured. You have to
Right.
be prepared
I
to
have to be
fight them.
sensitive to it.
Yes, you
Right,
have.
yeah.
You're like you're often caught off guard by people that are fighting you on your off angle. Which when you take an off angle, that's your number one priority. Is what is here and what do I need to fight? If that makes any sense. So the Cassidy was
Right.
here and he was fighting you. You have to forget everything else and you have to fight him. You have to make sure you don't die and that you can try and kill him basically. Because he basically had an incredible advantage in that duel just because you never saw him. You didn't give him your attention.
Right.
Um, we can't hold as aggressive position. Oh, but this cast has a crazy spot. But I wouldn't rotate to my team here. I think you could have backed off, and you did, and then you dropped. But we could have grabbed Mega or something, and then we could have tried to take this top again. It's very scary because you don't have your cooldowns. So you have to be reminiscent of your cover. But basically, you rotated from an off angle back into your team. And even when you don't have your cooldowns, you still have some responsibility to try and fight on an off angle, but just like being very cautious of your cover. So you probably can't see Cass if you're down here. But maybe if we jump up, we take a couple shots and we drop and we try to use like maybe we use this as cover. But yeah, we obviously can't take it as aggressively. We can't like try to kill this Mercy. We can't like try to kill this Cass. But basically rotating inside your team doesn't make you any safer, if that makes any sense. This Torb is being dumb and he's gonna get killed for it, hopefully. But this
Yeah, I
Cassidy
hope not.
now has an angle on your entire team because nobody's
Right.
trying to take any other kinds of space. And so I think this Cassidy's going to carry this fight. Oh, somebody marked him. Yeah, somebody marked him, and that's the only reason that we didn't lose him. Nice. Bit chaotic, but nice. Either someone marked him or he missed all the shots, but yeah. You could see how from that position Cassidy could have carried that whole fight, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He could just two-tap
Yep,
3 people immediately and then...
yep, yep, yep. Nitpick. Just leave one on cart. Your tank should not be on cart. But if you ever see more than one person on cart, like as support, you could get stuck doing it. But only really ever do you want to leave one person on cart. I don't know why your Ryan's on cart, but you can't control him. Especially 4 people, it only moves faster with 3. So 4 is extreme overkill, basically.
I
Yeah,
think I
there's
jump up.
okay. You jump up, but we're not looking to take aggressive space. Especially now that your Ash kind of knows what they're doing. Like maybe we could set up on here and like help support from here or something like that, and start swinging for our own damage, stuff like that.
Yeah, and she got a kick.
Yeah, yeah. We just really start working forward. Okay, but now you're stuck on cart, which I understand. It's fine. Unless someone else is. Oh, how many people did he get with this? Yeah, so we had the opportunity to like basically walk up and take some of the space to prevent this. But now he rooted like four people because we are all standing in a straight line basically. That's just kind of the nature of Overwatch. There's a lot of things to punish teams that don't take off angles, right? Like there's a lot of AoE value that like Cassidy Noon from a flank is like the Ryan can only shield in one direction. Yeah, there's just so much value in this game to prevent to like punish people for like stacking on top of each other basically. Not your phone. Nice. This is a little aggressive, and we get surprised by the Cassidy again. We do want to end up here, but I would have been careful about jumping in the middle of the open, especially when we know we have this. Basically, we could have jumped here, and then we could have scouted. We'd probably swing aggressively and still get surprised by the Cassidy, but just same thing, being careful about what's on our angle. I think you're also thinking about window, which I appreciate, but if we're going to go, the more aggressive the window play is, the more I would like for us to have our cooldowns, if that makes sense. Because if we try to window from here, like 4 or 5 people are going to try and shoot us, and I would just like to have my lamp and I can just throw it behind the corner and get back to shooting. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Now we live. Ah, Mercy Booster Gush. It's unfortunate. Mm,
I didn't know where he was.
oh, we didn't scout. In hindsight, I know he's top right, but let me see. I mean, I think we just like object permanence. Like we were like, surely he's not going to peek top right again, but he has mercy pocket. So yeah, he's until somebody clears him out of there, which it may or may not be your responsibility. And jumping up into his face is absolutely scary, especially since we know he has a mercy pocket. But we can still, kind of do it safely. We can like, I think I know he's up there, and so you can jump on top of this thing actually and fight him here if you want, or we can fight him from ground. It doesn't help that your tank's on Zarya and she can't really help anyone contest it, but basically a problem ignored doesn't make the problem go away. This is true for your whole team. Like everyone's just like, oh, if we just like ignore the Cassidy who's been flanking us all game, surely he will stop it. But he keeps doing it because it's uncontested a lot and because no one's fighting him, and he's getting a lot of value from it basically. And so you're not in queue with anyone, and these are all randos. Um, and so sometimes that responsibility, especially as Baptiste with both cooldowns, it can kind of fall on you. So maybe you don't want to push him and like jump on top of the ledge to fight him, but you can still take his and Mercy's attention, like just kind of like jiggle peeking here. Maybe we need to shift. Maybe we jump up top here. Maybe we need the lamp. But like if this guy's uncontested, like he's going to end up killing my entire team. And so our lamp gets forced because we don't see him, and he ends up killing our Lari. This is good. Nice. Good. Yeah, keep on Zara. Bastion it. Good. Careful. That was just a little cover there. I hope you saw it. We kind of just swung a little too far from the corner. Racked up too much. Got a little too greedy. Yeah, we're just a little too far from the corner, and so we eat a Bastion nade and we almost die. But thankfully, our Zarya picks us up. But like being here and just kind of like jiggle peeking Hazard and like trying to bait him to slash us. Oh, this guy got res too. Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. And then so your aggression is like you can obviously be more aggressive based around your cooldowns, and it's kind of hard to use your cooldowns for other people because like I said, the game's moved away from like giant clumps, so there's not as much AoE value anymore in terms of your healing. But like basically, whenever you get the opportunity, you have a good feel. It looks like of I know where I kind of want to be. Like I want to be on high grounds a lot because it gives me a lot of good vision to shoot people. And so you generally like start levitating or like start like heading in those directions, and then you either second guess yourself or Like we stop paying attention to somebody else's there is basically what I keep seeing. Nice. Yeah, and then I know you had other codes and other heroes, so we can move on to that. But that's generally what I see with BAP is we can talk a little bit about weaving, and it's something if you want to work on, it's no biggie. But the big thing I keep seeing is we're just not putting our attention on our angle, or we're kind of second guessing ourselves when we go to help aggressive positions, basically, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I think it's because like when I climbed out of gold, I was so used to people not taking the off angles.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I'm kind of like in plat, people can test those angles, or other DPSs or supports are looking to like have the
Yep.
same angles as I am.
Yep, and that'll be
But
true the more and more you climb. Generally, like there are people that aren't very good at the game, and they climb because they're better in other aspects. But the better you get, and so this happens for a lot of people. They're like, "Well, other people are here. Like, are we sure we still want to do this?" And the answer is yes. It's still important because if you don't do it, they will take it, and then as you can see from this Cassidy, like he will uncontested off angles will like destroy your team at any level. So
yeah,
it's still, especially on Baptiste with both of your cooldowns, it becomes pretty
right.
important that like you're more bulky than other supports because of your lamp, because of your shift. And so it kind of becomes your responsibility in a way to like take those duels aggressively. And so you've done a decent job. It's just, there's some things we could clean up basically.